Hello, great Indians. I'm Shaiju Jose, one of the English teachers, the Great India School, Raipur. Today, I'm very happy to come with another video lesson based on the first chapter from the textbook Flamingo, meant for the students of class 12 of CBSE. This story is titled The Last Lesson and was written by the notable French writer, short story writer, novelist and poet Alphonse Daudet. This story, The Last Lesson, depicts the importance of education and focuses on the necessity to respect and value one's own culture, one's own language, one's own race. It also draws our attention to the very fact of linguistic chauvinism. By linguistic chauvinism, we denote to the excessive pride in one's own language and culture. It is indeed unacceptable and unreasonable. When we give excessive importance, pride in our own culture, language, and other associated things, we are automatically or unknowingly tempted to disregard, disrespect, degrade other languages and cultures as inferior. So that culture is unhealthy, that mindset is not at all acceptable. Let us see the story in detail. Let us be familiar with the main characters portrayed by Alphonse Daudet in this well-known story with the title The Last Lesson. There are primarily two main characters, one student with the name France and a French teacher, Mr. M. Hamel. We have already seen and discussed that this story portrays the pathos of the whole situation, how people feel when they are not learned their own mother tongue. It also tells us about the significance of learning one's own language in one's life as the very existence of a race, and it is very important to safeguard it. When we think of the prime theme of the story, we understand that it is very much important for a person to cater to the needs of his or her own language and culture, because they feel the real pain when they are refrained from using it. So it has become the individual and collective responsibility of all of us to focus on our own language and culture for safely protecting and preserving all these for the generation next. At the same time, we should be very, very careful about keeping ourselves away from those who promote the ill practice of linguistic chauvinism. When we compare the characters, the main two characters, France and Mr. M. Hamel, we understand that their levels of understanding about the importance of learning French are entirely different. France, at the very first phase of the story, is presented by the writer as a careless, easygoing boy. He seldom attends his classes. He is not at all fond of attending his classes regularly held at his school, and he shows no interest in learning French handled by Mr. M. Hamel. But as the story progresses, we find an entirely different France who shows much inner strength of character. That is the change he makes during the course of time. Due to some unpredicted, unavoidable political scenario and problems developed, the teaching of French is legally banned, and it paves the way for another language, German. And because of these political problems, political issues, it teachers of French like Mr. Hamel loses their importance. They are in one way or another compelled to step down and leave the country. The villagers and all the people who are well known to Mr. Hamel want to attend the last lesson designed by him. Here, an entirely different France wants to learn all the French in a single period handled by Mr. Hamel. He feels extremely pained and shocked to know that it was the last class handled by Mr. Hamel, the last lesson. He feels extremely pained, and finally we find France remorseful, totally remorseful for having ignored the lessons, the beautifully crafted, the well-lit lessons of French taken by this teacher Hamel. To encapsulate the story, we can say that it is indeed important for everyone to respect, value one's own language, one's own mother tongue. At the same time, we have to keep ourselves away from all the excessive praise, belief in our own culture, giving no respect to other cultures and languages that we see, that we listen to worldwide. So we can become true devotees of our own culture, our own language, by giving due respect to other languages and other cultures. That is how our true spirit of considering others, our true spirit of giving respect to others, hailing from different cultures and speaking different languages becomes meaningful. Thank you.